Hi, are you?
Hi, Mr. Ken.
I'm the counsel that would be representing you in this negotiation session. So can you just help me to guide me through the problems that you are facing?
Yeah, sure. So basically, I'm representing CMS Building today. And my problem is that here, look, we have a contract with the Overview Constructions for mandatory work for the Green Village project. And the reason, the problem is that they are supposed to pay us 67,000 ringgit for that work, but they have a 10% retainage of it after, and it's supposed to pay us for that retainage after we complete our work. But until today, we still haven't received that 10%. And when we asked, right, the reasons that they gave us is that first, we have delay in our work. And second, they say our work is not of satisfactory quality. And yeah, and what, do you have any suggestion for that?
So I have a few suggestions in my mind, but before that, I have to ask you, is 10% is what you are asking for, right?
Yes.
But based on what I heard, I think the other party wouldn't agree to the 10%. And otherwise, we won't be here in this negotiation session. So is there any bottom line that you can proceed, like say 8%? Could you do 8%?
Yeah, perhaps 8% is my bottom line that I
So
can.
if let's say they ask us for 5% or maybe 7%, you
No,
can't agree with that.
that's not acceptable.
Okay, so I have to guide you through the risk for that, because if you don't agree to 8%, if they can't agree with, if they want to have a lower fee and you can't agree with that, we will have to proceed to the mediation session. And that session would cause, we have to hire some expert mediators, and that would cost some money there. So are you okay with that?
Yeah, but Mr. Ken, have to let you know that because the delays, right, it's not our fault, because the two delays, the first delay is because of a fault caused by our subcontractor, and another delay is actually due to the respondent, the Overview Construction. They themselves failed to provide us the doors and window frame that with their logos. And I think that for these things, right, it's not our fault, so we are not supposed to be responsible and liable for that cause, Yeah. And also, we completed, even with that delay, right, we completed our work within 3 days. I mean, like 3 days after the supposing due date. So I don't think there should be a big problem. And I don't think that because of this, we have to give up our 10% retainage.
Okay. Okay, so no problem. So if anything happened, so just later when we go into the negotiation session, right, just make sure that you stay calm as possible. And if you have any problem, you don't have to rush to agree with anything first. You just tell me, let me know, and we will discuss that internally. And you don't have to agree with anything first. So just don't panic and just stay calm, and I will be guiding you through it. Basically, I'm the one that will be discussing with the other party. Okay?
Thank you, Mr. Ken.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Miss Jehan. How's your day?
Hello, Wey May. I'm not doing so good because CMS keeps insisting on taking my money, and I just want to get that over with. So that's why I'm here.
No worry, we have lots of experience in negotiation, and we will try to figure out the solution for you. So I'm Wey May, who will be representing Overview Construction in the negotiation with CMS Building. I have received and reviewed the document that you sent to my office this week. But before we move into the negotiation stage, I would like to hear some of your personal view on this matter.
Okay, so the problem is that we initially entered into the contract with CMS Building, and they agreed that we can hold 10% of the total amount agreed in the contract, and that 10% retainage works as our safety net. So it's to ensure that we are also satisfied with the work they provided. So now they are claiming that they want the 10% retainage back, but we are unsatisfied because the delay that caused detriment effect as well to my company. However, I do acknowledge that my company had a part in, had a fault in this problem. So that's why I'm willing to hear your suggestion on this method.
Understood. I understood your matter. So, what is your bottom line for the payment that you are willing to make to the CMS building?
I am not willing to give the full 10% because I too face the consequence. But at the same time, I don't want to leave them empty-handed, as that might ruin our business relationship. However, I am willing to compromise, but I want to hear your professional view on this matter.
All right. Since your side is willing to compromise in returning some of the retainage, personally, I think returning 7% of the retainage will be a good option in return for future collaboration with CMS building. So what about this?
I think 7% is too high. I mean, considering our internal financial status and the pandemic, we don't have a lot of job opportunities as well. So with that, I don't think 7% is fair for our company, as we too have faced some loss during this whole dispute.
Understood. What about a 5% of retainage? Is that fine for your company where both parties equally bear the loss, like 50-50?
I think I am willing to compromise 50-50. I think that's fair since we were both at fault.
All right. I will negotiate that with the opponent counsel in the negotiation. Thank you for your day.
Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you so much for attending today's negotiation session. So my name is Kenn Chan, and I am representing CMS Buildings here. So for now, I think I would hand over to my client, Ms. Wong, who is the representative of CMS Building. And maybe Ms. Wong, you can just unmute yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Ken. Hi, everyone. I'm Ayu. I'm representing the CMS Building today. So the facts of our case is like this. Our company, CMS Building, has entered into a constructions project with Overview Constructions. And for this project, right, they're supposed to pay us a 67,000 payment in total with a 10% retainage to be paid after we completed our work. However, after so long of us that completed the work, they still haven't paid us that 10% retainage. And when we request for that, the reasons that they relying on is that our work is of unsatisfactory quality, and also we have delay in completing our work. And obviously, my company thinks that the reasons that they are trying to rely on is unacceptable and unjustifiable, and that is the reasons why that we are here to these negotiations to trying to solve this dispute.
Thank you, Ms. Ayu. I understand your frustration. However, that 10% retainage is actually for the satisfactory completion of work. And to give you the 10% despite us being unsatisfied, I think it's unfair because we also face some detriment effects because of the delay in work. So we are also here to debate our case on the situation.
Thank you, Ms. Jehan. I understand the concerns from your companies. However, we have to clarify that for the delay problems, there are two reasons for that. First reason is because our company engaged with another subcontractors, which we agreed that is part of our fault in causing the delay. But another reasons of the delay is that your company failed to provide us the doors and window frames that is with our logos on time. And these two equally contributed to the reasons why we have the delay in the event.
Well, to clarify, our company also acknowledges that we have a fault in the situation regarding the door and window frame. So that is why we are willing to compromise on the issue, but we are not willing, however, to give the 10% full to CMS Building.
Okay, Mr. Han, I get you. So I guess both of us is very clear of the facts, and I don't think we have any need to continue argue on that. So perhaps you can have our respective representative to take the floor, Mr. Ken.
Thank you so much. I thank everybody for staying so calm here. So as my client has explained her situation very clearly, maybe I'd just like to make an offer on her behalf. So basically, what my client would be demanding is the 10% payment as we are originally seeking, that for one simple reason. That is, my client's fault was not the significant cause of the delay of this project. And my client has explained very clearly, the delay was caused by mainly 3 other factors. The first is that the subcontractor's failure to complete on time due to their personal incompetency. The second is that the overview construction did not provide us the materials on time. And the third is that the overview construction did not reply to my client when my client was asking for the extension of time. So I think my client is totally within her contractual right to seek for the 10% payment.
Thank you, Mr. Kenn, for the offer. However, the 10% payment is definitely not within our acceptable resolution. We disagree that what you said, that your client's fault is not significant to cause the delay. However, although we do agree that the delay in the electrical wiring is caused by a subcontractor, but the subcontractor is engaged by Ms. Ayu's company. Therefore, it is unfair for Ms. Ayu's company to discharge their liability completely when they are the one who engage an irresponsible and incompetent subcontractor. And second, in relation to the no response to the extensions of time, we say that it is a clear indication that we do not agree with any extensions of time, and therefore we disagree with the 10% of payment.
I think to preserve our business relationship here, let's just make a compromise. So we know at this moment, everybody is suffering from the COVID-19 pandemic. So I think my client can agree to lower our demand to 8% instead. Is 8% acceptable to you?
Thank you, Mr. Kenn, for willing to compromise. However, I have received instruction from my client that any payment above 5% will not be acceptable. As both parties have each committed fault in this contract, we say that both parties shall bear the loss equally in a 50-50. Is this a deal to you?
I think my client's facial expression has shown that 5% would not be acceptable to us. So I think I have my client's instruction that any payment that is lower than 8% would not be acceptable. So with regret, I think we might have to proceed to the mediation session.
All right, we agree to proceed to the mediation session.
Okay, so maybe we will be discussing this further in the mediation session. Thank you very much.
Thank you.